Welcome to PlayStation News, Rumours and Leaks. Let's take a look at what's been happening over the last few days in the world of gaming. Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann revisited the polarising reception of The Last of Us Part 2's plot 3 years ago after the game originally launched. Druckmann acknowledged the intense reaction from fans, adding that it'll be up to fans to decide whether The Last of Us 2 stands the test of time or not. In a recent interview with Entertainment Weekly, Druckmann said that The Last of Us 2's launch was an emotional experience for Naughty Dog, and to this day the studio is proud of what it's delivered. He goes on to say it's ultimately up to the fans to decide what does and doesn't stand the test of time, but in the years since its release, we've been continuously blown away by the outpouring of love, of support and acclaim for a game that means so much to Naughty Dog. With The Last of Us 2 remastered coming out, Druckmann hopes to hear from more people who have experienced the story for the very first time, and the game comes out early in January. He revealed that Naughty Dog has heard from fans who say their lives have been impacted by the game, stating that it inspires the studio to continue telling stories it wants to tell. As for The Last of Us 3, there is still no comment from Druckmann. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge fan of The Last of Us games. I love them, both 1 and number 2. I believe that the studios and developers should have the freedom, the creative freedom to tell whatever story they want without restrictions, and then let the fans decide. Some fans honestly went over the top at the end of the day. We all have to realize that this is a game, and as incredible and as incredibly sad that it was to see Joel get killed, in the world of The Last of Us, it was that kind of world, kill or be killed. And Naughty Dog wanted to tell the story from Abby's perspective. Anyhow, look, I'm not going to go into all of this again. Everyone has the right to have their opinion. This is mine. The games are a masterpiece, especially Part 2, and I can't wait for the remastered version or the remastered update for PS5. And then fingers crossed we get factions or a multiplayer game whenever that comes out, followed by The Last of Us Part 3. I can't wait. So, moving on. Silent Hill 2 remake developer Bloober team took to Twitter to provide yet another update on the game's development status. Fans expressed concerns about the game due to a lack of communication, which Bloober said this was Konami's responsibility. However, this has led to even more speculation of the development troubles, especially since Bloober and Konami don't seem to be communicating very well. To alleviate concerns, Bloober team said in a statement that it's working diligently to ensure that Silent Hill 2 attains the highest level of quality. The studio is also keen to clarify that all is well on the production front and that things are on schedule. They go on to say, "We understand that many players around the world are eagerly anticipating news about the game, and we appreciate your dedication. However, we kindly ask for a bit more patience." The studio reiterated yet again that communication regarding Silent Hill 2 is Konami's domain as the publisher, but added that it's confident that the wait will be worthwhile. It's unclear why pre-orders for the game went live on a number of websites without any news from Konami. Hopefully we get more updates about Silent Hill over the coming weeks ahead, but it is a little bit worrying that Konami and Bloober team seem to have this breakdown in communication. So let's hope all is well. It'll be good if we get to see maybe an updated trailer, a new trailer, something like that, maybe at the Game Awards. That'll be good, and that will certainly alleviate any concerns that fans may have. Guys, if you like the video so far or find the video interesting and informative, then do me a favor, consider becoming a channel member. I have 3 tiers available. I will leave a link down below in the description on becoming a channel member. Be sure to check it out, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Moving on, fans are convinced that the PS5 exclusive Death Stranding 2 is headed to the Game Awards 2023 thanks to a now deleted tweet by the event organizer. Creator Hideo Kojima and the Game Awards host Jeff Keighley are known for their close friendship, should we say, and the upcoming sequel was officially unveiled at last year's awards show, though its existence was pretty well known prior to the Game Awards. The tweet in question came in reply to a tweet by Kojima himself in which he claims to be mixing something in inverted commas. Going by the image, fans think the developer is working on a mix for a trailer at the TGA 2023 show, which is set to take place on Thursday. TGA is arguably the biggest annual gaming event post E3, with high-profile celebrities and industry executives in attendance. It does make sense for Kojima to announce something during the show. It's unclear why the reply was deleted, but we're assuming that Keighley didn't want to give too many surprises away. Kojima does have other projects in development, but we're leaning towards Death Stranding 2 making an appearance, possibly with a new trailer and a release window, if not a release date. Moving on to our final piece, with exclusive partnerships and collaborations with NC Soft and ShiftUp, it appears Sony PlayStation is not done yet. Around 6 months ago, Korean media reported that Sony was sniffing around the region's local talent in order to shore up content from emerging studios. In the past few weeks, it signed deals with Stellar Blade developer ShiftUp and MMO maker NC Soft, both of which were predicted by business outlets like MTN. But according to the original report, the Japanese giant was planning investment in a trio of other studios, most notably Black Desert's Pearl Abyss, Lies of P NeoWiz, and Summoner's War Come to Us, as 3 new studios that Sony is sniffing around. At the time, media framed it as PlayStation's response to Microsoft's unprecedented acquisition of Activision Blizzard, but it doesn't seem particularly out of character for Sony PlayStation. It's been scouring emerging nations like China for some time. For example, additionally, earlier in the year, it announced a project in India with a project called Hero Project, which will see and nurture talent and cultivate talent from local teams in and around India. Obviously, nothing's been announced yet, and it's perfectly feasible negotiations could fall through, but seeing how we've seen deals with ShiftUp and NC Soft announced earlier this month, it's perfectly plausible for more announcements over the coming weeks and months ahead. With the industry increasingly finding itself embroiled in an acquisition war, locking down content from overlooked outfits could be one road to success for Sony PlayStation. And not only that, PlayStation has a reputation of developing and nurturing its studios, focusing on quality rather than quantity, supporting developers to realize their dreams by creating immersive games backed by the might of Sony PlayStation. They nurture talent. They've done it with multiple studios. They allow them the creative freedom, so long as you follow the Sony checklist, okay, the Sony PlayStation checklist. Immersive gameplay, a fabulous story, a soundtrack. There's lots of things that Sony put in place to steer the studio in the right direction, but they will harness the creative talent of that studio. So very exciting news if indeed this does go through, especially Pearl Abyss and NeoWiz. Okay guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you could do me a favor while you're here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next PlayStation news, rumors and leaks video.